Hi, welcome. Just putting the filter back on. It had a bit of dust on it. Today's video is slightly different in that, one, I'm out for a walk and it's lovely and cool. We've had some tremendous hot weather, haven't we? But there's a breeze and it's lovely. And I thought, okay, let's get out and get a walk before it gets too hot. Car coming. What I thought I would do is take a little walk and do some landscape photography, but make it all black and white. And that means setting the camera into JPEG and RAW. So if I do want to have a color image, at least I've got it in RAW format. But by doing JPEG and RAW, I can then set the settings to actually have it as monochrome. So what I see through the eyepiece will be black and white. And I think it just, you know, when it's a stark sky like this, it can enhance and bring out the contrasts. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to head down the country lane, go through the woods, drop down into the other field, just see what I can see. I think it'd be good. Let's have a look at the settings though. So first and foremost, let's set the image quality to RAW and JPEG. That locks that in. And then I want to set the picture control monochrome. That's what I want. So in live view there, you can see it's now shooting in black and white. Well, it is showing black and white on the screen. Whether it's black and white when I show it as video, I'm not sure. Lovely. I'm bound to get a couple of good shots. I love the trees. Is this wheat? I think it's wheat. Have you had your Weetabix this morning? Ooh, already seeing a lovely shot. Really low. Before the field is out, I'll try and get a shot of the wheat, because I think then, you know, different perspectives, but get the trees and the wheat and everything. I've got the sun behind me, so I don't really want to be pointing that way. It's like the coming of autumn. It's not quite July yet. But when you get the tractor tracks, look at that, isn't that wonderful? Don't like the pylons, but that would have made a good shot. Oh, dandelion. That one's really come up tall, hasn't it? For each picture that I take, I'm going to take a segment where I'll take the picture and then we'll go a quick kind of transition to the office, and I'll just quickly show you me working Affinity Photo, which is the software that I use, and none of this Lightroom subscription malarkey. And basically for each picture show you me processing it, and then we'll display the picture. maybe for the specific ones. In the meantime, can I take a picture of this dandelion? Don't know if it'll work in black and white, to be quite honest. So we've taken a picture of a dandelion. I actually have segregated these into RAW images and JPEGs. And I've done a little bit of editing on the dandelion, as you can see there. A couple of the trees, they're edited from the RAW files. But first of all, let's have a look at the JPEG. I want to work on the JPEGs for the dandelion. And as I suspected, you're not seeing the dynamics from the colours. But nonetheless, we'll do a little bit of tweaking of this. The camera's in the way. Bring in some sharpness, and then I'm going to work on the black and white, because I think I can enhance, you can see as I move the sliders, it's going to work more dynamically for the sky. In fact, it's not doing any, oh, let's put it on there. See if it does anything. No, I'm not getting any dynamics for the black and white, because it is what it is. We'll leave that as there. We'll just bring in some contrast and some brightness. That kind of works, doesn't it? And then for the colour, got some aeroplane flying over. Just drag that on. Ah, yeah, see, that's what I'm thinking. Black and white for the landscapes, certainly, but for the colours, it's nice to have, you know, the close-ups doing that. So here are those two shots side by side. I can't believe it. I live in the countryside and I got all this industry making a lot of noise. I'll be glad to walk down through the wheat field. Now I have to get a shot of the wheat as a foreground interest before I drop down into the woods. If you go down to the woods today, I'm thinking that tree with that house looks rather nice. You've got the house roof, you've got the trees surrounding it, and the wheat. If I came down low and cut across the field, could work with the tractor tracks as part of the shot. 2-shot pano, I think, or maybe even a 3. Let me size it up. I'm thinking I want that in the shot, and then the sloping field. Funny that it's black and white, isn't it? But I wanted to make it black and white, so let's get down low. Might even be 2. 1, 2, I will take 3. File new panorama, get my files. 1, 2, 3. We'll stitch the pano. Panos are really easy in Affinity Photo. It's what you do with the image once it's completed. Let it do its render. Trick that I got from Trevor Fentiman. This little button up here, in paint missing area, all this white area can be in painted. So I'm going to click that and apply. I'm just going to adjust it slightly because I could see that the telegraph pole is slightly leaning to the right, so we'll bring it a little up so that it's right. I'm not worried about the lay of the land because I think, as I showed in the video footage, it was actually sloping down. So just a slight trim there. Apply that. There's my image. Apply a bit of sharpening. Always like sharpening. It could be my eyesight. Do I want to do any tweaking on this image before I actually turn it black and white? Bring out the brightness. That'll do a little bit. I've got to take the vibrance out so that I can turn it into and use the what? Click the wrong one again. I can use the black and white filter. Just going to apply some sliders. Oh, it will work if I'm on the right one, right? Yeah, that's it, it's doing it. Cyan is adjusting the sky, look at that. I like that it darkens the sky. So I've got lovely, lush, white wheat. The middle ground is just the greenery. I like that. That's a nice shot. Let's export that. And we will call that as part of that pano. So we'll export that here. F08 pano. Oops. Save that. And here it is on screen. singing. I think they're oak trees. I'm looking at the leaves and they look like the National Trust logo. The leaves, the trees. Tie a yellow ribbon round the old oak tree. Glorious. What a great shot. We've got another tree in the distance. We've got the main tree. I'm just looking at the DJI here and I've got it on tilt control so it keeps a horizon no matter how much I'm actually dropping the camera now. It's all horizontal with the ground, the tilt control, so it's chopping off the top of the tree, but you'll see it in the picture. Oh, look at it, look at the wheat rustling in the wind. Not a cloud in the sky. Oh yeah, there is, over there. Industry. Drip a truck. Let's get this shot. I can actually do it at 18mm just to get... I'm going to have to adjust this ISO, the f-stop, because I don't know if I'll get distance in focus at 18mm. Should be able to. Image number 4 then. Just drag it on to the palette. It's a nice one. Look at that tree there. The little tree sitting underneath. It's like Big Brother's looking after it. I like that as a composition. Enhance my sharpness. Again, it's my eyes. So there you go. What can I say? We will reduce... Oh, wrong one. We will reduce the vibrance. In other words, lose the saturation. We will enhance the black and white filterage. So blues bring out the darkness of the sky. Yellow brings out the brightness of the greens. See, that's lovely. That really is Thomas Heaton's infrared camera, isn't it? When he does things like that, but he uses the filter. He's got his sensor adjusted accordingly. And that's adjusting the foreground and the background. I'm going to do that. Super blast. What that's done, it's revealed some blemishes, so I'm going to do some inpainting here. Let's just zoom up. I really must clean my sensors. I'm really bad at that, but you know what? A tiny little bit of image cleanup using the inpainting tool. And Bob's your uncle, right? Look at those leaves, aren't they lovely? I'm just skimming ever so quickly over the sky just to get rid of those blemishes. I don't think I've ever bought an image sensor, a camera sensor cleaning kit. I should invest in it, but it doesn't take long to do some inpainting here. As I say, I don't sell my images. If I was selling my images, then I would, you know, I would be very careful not to have dirty sensors. But that kind of works. It's good enough for YouTube, isn't it, to display it on the screen. That looks good. Let's export that. Number 11. Great, on to the next one. Oh, here's that image on screen. Black and white landscapes, eh? Who'd have thought it? Right, I'm going into the woods, but I'm not particularly going to take any pictures in the woods because I don't know if the black and white will make it any good. What I might actually have to do is turn it back to colour so that I can get any colour shots. Maybe that's the thing. Don't just keep the camera locked in monochrome, but set it to monochrome when I want to take the landscape pictures. Anyway, almost in the woods now. Ah, there you are. That's what I was talking about. Look at all the thistles and the daisies. Wasn't that Bruce Almighty called them to daisies? Tulips and daisies, but they're pretty. don't think I'll take a picture, but it's a sight to see, isn't it? All this wild plantage. Ooh, it's getting cool as we go down towards the woodland. This is one of the most unkempt woods, I think, in the area. We've had some tree foliage. People have been here with their chainsaws. Look, not picture worthy, not worthy enough to tempt me. I wonder, can you make a black and white of this with the sun streaming through? Birds are busy, aren't they? This way or that way? What way should we go? I'm going down here. If I see something worthy of a photograph, then I'll take it. This very footpath, I made my very first photography vlog walking down here. And I was trying to talk about stuff I didn't know. But you know, that's the joy of this channel. I've tried to kind of make it a journal of my journey with my camera. And yes, I've used the DSLR, the Nikon D3200, for the whole duration of this channel, quite apart from film photography, where I've used the F60, which I bought off eBay, or Mark has lent me his flex camera thingy-majigger, or I've used, of course, the Sony Cybershot, which is ideal for walkabouts. Look at that. It's bouncing out, isn't it? It's all kind of dark here. I like the light coming through there. The sun. There's a lot of noise. Let me see if I can do something with this. So I've actually got the tree. Again, I'll do live view, but actually I don't know if it will come out with all its colours. It won't, because it's in black and white, as you can see. Well, like I say, as you can see, if the video's colour, I'll turn it black and white so you can have a look. That's what the viewfinder's showing me. F9, 40th of a second. I'll do 2, see if we can process these back in the office. Okay, I've got 2 images to process here, which are the 2 tree images. Let's just drag them onto the palette. Yeah, looking good. So a landscape and a portrait. So I'm going to work with this one first. A little bit of sharpness. Bring out the brightness, because I think if I brighten it, then when I reduce the saturation, I will have more to play with. I think these ones could be kept as colour, I suppose. I don't think I'm going to get a lot of dynamic here. Yeah. I think the black and white processing is more in tune for the colour, for the landscape, but for what it is, I'll export them and then put them on the screen. That's one done. Did I export that? I can't remember. my memory. Yes, I did. Right, I can close that without saving. Again, it looks lovely in colour, doesn't it? But the objective of today's video was black and white landscapes, so let's just do it, even though we're in the woods. If you go down to the woods today, black and white. There's no sky, but it's, you know what? I'm just going to leave it without too much fuss. Did I export that? No, I didn't. Yes, I did. memory, like I said. Here's those two images. Coming out in the woods now. Ah, what a sight to behold. Look at that, dead tree. All the thistles in the field. You've got a public right-of-way, goes up to the other turnstile. These are country styles, aren't they? There's another one just there, and then it goes into the woods. And in the woods, they've got a family of birds of prey. I like to call them kestrels or hawks, but there are so many different varieties, aren't there, that if I said one or the other, I'd probably get it wrong. So I'll just call them birds of prey. That's probably the best solution. That's nice, isn't it? You've got the foreground interest, the gate. Let's adjust the camera, the gate. There's a path going round. And then the trees. And it's so peaceful and quiet. And there's flies buzzing. I've got to get out of here quick. I'm not sure if they're horse flies, but they're buzzing around me. And I think they have a pig farm in the field, so that's probably why there are those. Right, still black and white. Let's go for an f11 on this. 1/60th of a second. Frame it with the... Yeah, very nice. Image number 5 is the gate. Drag that on, looking very sweet. Tiny little bit of sharpness for my benefit. Don't need to do much with the contrast, I'll just lose the saturation. I like the clouds, I should be able to bring some nice black and white contrast on the sky there. So let's adjust the blues first. Make the sky dark, look at that. I love what it's doing with the trees here. Oh yeah, simple as. I like that. Let's export that. I like the kind of brightness of the grass around here. And the way the meadow is all illuminated, the leaves there. Here's that image on the screen. I'm being eaten alive. There's horse flies here. I hate them. They land on your skin and you don't know, and they inject some kind of what's that stuff, you know, when you antihistamine, they have that kind of thing that when they bite you, you don't feel it, and then later you've got all these welts and these growths. Yuck. Let's get out of here. That's where I want to go. I want to take a picture of the dead tree, perhaps have it situated right in the middle of the bushes on the right and the left, so it has the field sloping up behind it. I think that'll work. Yeah, that's the shot. And then I'm going to walk up through and then head back home, only because I'm being eaten alive now. Not enjoying that. I don't know, I might just go up there and take a picture of the manor house. Right, where's that shot? To be fair, I am in the domain of these creatures. Oh man, I'm being bitten alive. Don't like it. Take the shot and then get out of here. Buzz off, fly. I know I'm in your domain, so that's what I'm after. The dead tree I could put it on the left, but I think I'm going to try and put it smack in the middle and have it something like that. I might even do some ultraviolet expansion in the black and white palette. I may have already been doing it, but I can adjust the reds and the yellows and it makes the sky really dark. That's what I'm thinking. Let's go down low. I've got some kind of shrub on the right. The dead tree. I like this. I've got lots of lovely vibrant colours, which means that the sky's going to look amazing, especially with those little white clouds. Don't need to adjust the brightness and contrast here. Just lose the saturation. Just introduce the black and white filter. Let's bring in the sky first. It's cheeky, but I like the bright white in the foreground. The tree is white. There's white on these sliders do affect the edges of the trees. If I zoom in, you can see what it's doing here. And you can see the noise, and that's why I'll use topaz denoise. I could get the in painting or the smudge tool and just go around that. For the benefit of the video, I'm just capturing this. If I was selling this print, I would spend an hour doing all of that stuff. I would make sure that the sliders were working. But for the benefit of this video, I think that's sufficient. So let's export that. I like that shrub as well, this one here. Excellent, here's that image on screen. How come they're attacking me? There's no other creature here, and horseflies live off blood, right? Look at that, isn't that lovely? I think that's a shot. The footpath, or the tractor tracks, the meadow and the trees. I know I was getting out of here, but I've got to take the shot. If it's any good, as Photo Tripper says, here's the shot. This goes down to the church, but I'm not going that way. I want to cut back through there. Or do I? It means walking across that, and I don't know, there's no public right of way there. I'll cut through the church and then go up that way. In the meantime, let's get a shot of this house in black and white. They're crazy. When I walk, I don't get the flies. The moment I stop, I'm going to try and get low, put some of this plantage in the foreground. Right, next we've got Denton Manor. I did take some random shots of other things, and I was thinking I might do a gallery, but actually I'm not going to bother. So let's get Denton Manor in. I think I might just use the dodge brush here and just bring out the manor itself so that I can brighten up certain elements. Not too worried about the grass, but I'm just brightening up the foreground. There we go, that looks good. Tiny bit of sharpening. Again, my eyes. Lose the saturation. Yeah, it's popping, it's popping. Black and white. Let's look at the sky. I love what it does with the sky. Makes it dark. And I can bring out the foreground. Let's lose that, because I brightened the actual building. If I exaggerate the reds there, it just looks like something from a gothic horror movie, doesn't it? But that looks nice. I'm worried about whether it's straight or not. looking at the drain pipes for my guide. You know what? It's minuscule, it's minute, but I'm just going to crop in a tiny touch here. That'll do. I like that. That's nice. Zooming in, it's dilapidated, isn't it? Look at the state of it. But someone's bought it, and so they'll obviously spend a lot of money doing it up. All the shrubs in the foreground are slightly blurred, but what you're going to do, Control 0 gets it back in, export that. Yeah, that's good. Here's the manor house on screen. Butterflies here. And it smells so lovely. How wonderful. Look at this countryside. I think what I like is the fact that it's farmers' crops, but I'm privileged that I can walk through the countryside on the public rights of way and not actually disrupt the crops. Oh, look at that. The path going down and then the public footpath going up right through the middle of the field into the woods. There's a little bit of a electric generation thing going on. But that's a nice shot, isn't it? All the way down and up. That's set up for that, I think. I think I will take some antihistamine. I've got that jungle spray because, you know, being in the countryside, you often get insects and stuff that can bite you. So I wish I'd brought the jungle spray, or at least sprayed myself. I mentioned in one of my other videos about doing a video called A Day in the Life, and I think it's only about just talking to camera and letting your thoughts run. Not driving, not photography, not a historical castle, just a day in the life. What are you doing today, Smith? Going for a walk. Right, what am I doing? I'm doing this shot here, aren't I? Let's set up. Yeah, looking lovely. Wait for the car to go. 2 shots. 1, 2. Just to get me the perspective. Right, last pano. The one across the A260. I actually want to go new pano, don't I? Back to my RAW folder, my edited, those 2 images. Stitch. Let's see how much inpainting. This isn't going to be a wide pano. It was just that I wanted to get the shrubbery on the left here, as well as the footpath going up there. I will inpaint as I apply the render. Looking good. I'm wondering if I can crop out a little, lose a bit of the sky and make it more letterbox. I like that. Tad sharpening. I can see I need to brighten the image up a little. So we'll use the brightness and contrast filter. That'll work for me. Black and white it. Oh no, lose the saturation. It's a shame that the monochrome JPEGs don't actually allow this filter here. Doesn't work on the black and white JPEGs. Look at that. As you reduce the sky, the clouds pop like that. Whoa! It's like it's snowing. Greens bring up. I like that. I'm going for the starkness of the whites. That was all yellow, wasn't it, before? So I can turn that off. And I can turn that off. That's what it was. Look at the patches there. So take out the colour, apply the black and white. Oh, I like that very much. I could see that on a canvas, couldn't you? Somebody's office. Let's export that. and call it 24 penno. It was probably more than that. But loving it. That one on screen for you. I think I'm actually done. I don't think there's anything else to take a photograph of other than go home and start editing. But we'll take a stroll through the graveyard. I suppose it's, you know, I've had family members that have died and they're scattered all over the country. My nan in Scotland, my dad in Liverpool. My mother was cremated, so her ashes are scattered all over the place by her siblings. Nice church. But, you know, I think there's something about, there's a Commonwealth war grave there for country's sake. Arthur Woodcock Keeler of this parish, who was accidentally drowned at HM Naval Base, Queenborough, June the 23rd, 1918, aged 34 years. Tragic, accidentally drowned, you know, for king and country, and then you're not actually killed in warfare, you're just accidentally drowned. I think I can get a shot of the gravestones and make them look quite funky in the black and white. That looks nice through there. I'll take a shot. If it's any good, you'll get it now. Okay, last one for this session then is the gravestones, isn't it? I don't think this is going to work so dynamically like the other images because it's got no sky. Maybe it's just a case of applying a little bit of brightness and contrast here. Let's see what happens when I then apply the black and white filter. Yeah, I can bring some brightness into it. The brighter I make it, you lose the, see the sky darkening, but there's no sky there. I'll just leave that at that. Let's export that one. Okay, that one on screen. That's the end of my in the office bit, and I'll be back out in the field. Well, no, I won't, but you know what I mean. So I think that's it. How did this video work for you? I'm talking now retrospectively. Obviously I've not done the processing yet, but the idea I've got in my head is that I'm going to insert, or I have inserted, video clips of me at the desk processing each of the images. And if that is how I've done it, if I haven't done it that way, then you've just seen the pictures on the screen. But if that is how I've done it, how does that work for you? Do you know? Do you only want to see me walking around, taking a picture, displaying it on the screen? Or did you find that interesting, or was it annoying? It's going to be a lot of work, I can imagine. More filming and stuff. Hey ho, thanks so much for watching. I'm going to go and get some antihistamine now and suffer all the horsefly bites I've had. Hopefully you'll join me in the next video. Bye for now.